Hello and welcome to Conscious Gatherers. My name is Beverly Thompson and I'm with,
I'm AJ Royce.
And I'm Donna Anderson.
so we get Donna's here for another week and maybe longer. We'll see. So thank you for being here with
Thank
us
you.
today. So
Thank you, ladies.
yes. Yes. Well, today's episode is 175 and today's date is June the 25th, 2026. So we welcome you all to our latest insights. And I have to say, overall, very positive. So hang in there and we're going to share with you in just a bit. But thank you for waiting for us. I was out of town and actually got back yesterday. So anyway, we'll be back in 2 weeks from less than 2 weeks. We're going to go back to our normal Tuesday. So anyway, whatever that is, I haven't really looked at the calendar yet. But welcome, and yeah, a lot of things going on in the world, and a lot of things that are being said and talked about. This, that, some are scary, so on and so forth. But yeah, I believe what we've been getting has been very positive and really no fear. That's what I get. So, excuse me, and we have bugs in the house. So, the bug just flew into me. Anyway, all right.
That's your magnetic personality.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, those that are listening, feel free to chat and any questions as we go along. But we will be sharing our insights. So, but before that, is anything you two want to start out with as to how we're seeing the world, what's going on in the world?
Well, yesterday I caught parts of the opening ceremony to the 250th celebration of our country, and it was really nice. There was some very good talent. Boy, I tell you, our service people really have talent oozing out of them. So I really appreciated it, and it was a lovely program.
Good.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I've been seeing online, and people have been putting online, and that is all the positivity with what's going on with the FIFA or the soccer games. I tell you what, some of these countries like to party.
Yeah.
They're having a grand old time, and I think that those of us, so-called Americans, are loving it all and joining in with them. And so it's really, from what I've seen, it's bringing a lot of different people together, and it's been really, really, really nice.
Yeah, they're really enjoying being here.
Yeah.
The interaction that everybody's having is just lovely.
And I saw the Mexico lineup when they were playing in Mexico a couple weeks ago.
Mhm.
And it was amazing. Their program in the middle of the show was outrageously colorful, and all the lyrics and the music were about coming together as one, the whole world.
Nice.
It was all about oneness, unity, love. I mean, it was phenomenal.
Oh, good.
Phenomenal.
Good.
I was shocked, actually.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we're all about, and that's why we're here, and it's to bring everybody together. And that's why we incarnated in this lifetime to make the changes that are happening now.
Yeah.
And they're really happening at a big time,
Yeah.
So
Fast.
a lot of people are just really down and this and that. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, guys.
Well, that stuff's got to come out first so we can get on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, instead of going down the dark space, it's like, all right, yeah, we're going to, we're seeing dark things, but I tell you what, we're getting through it, and it's all beautiful light on the other side. So
Yeah, but our attention is being drawn to the things that have been there all the time, but we neglected to do anything about it, and so it came out in a big way, so we can actually do something about it. Get on with the next thing, which is something much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, even that I know, high consciousness relative, to many other people, I'll say, a lot of people are going through challenges, and I honor that. I mean, it's true, financial, health-wise.
mhm.
So I'm compassionate. I just listen to a lot of my friends and help the best I can. So for any of you like that out there, it's just be with it and just know that we're going to get through. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I really believe, and we see from what we see internally and what we get spiritually. And we just have to, best we can, toe the line, stay in the light, and know that those other forces live off of our fear and our negative energy. That's what always turns me around. If I start going down, I realize, oops, I'm feeding into them. It's just what they want, the other side, so to speak. So we got to command and demand and realize we're here to live through it and hold the strength. Otherwise, they win, so to speak. They harvest off that energy. So
They're not
we
going to
wanna-
win.
No, they're not.
And that process has names. The energy put out by the fear and all that's loosh.
Right. That has an actual
So,
name,
and that's what they feed off of.
Mhm.
Entities and people masquerading as people who are really who knows what, but feeding off of that energy, that loosh.
Mhm.
So
By the way, we introduced our names, but you can tell by our conversation so far that we're here to share our knowledge and information that we have received, because we, all three of us, have been in touch with what we would call other realms, and that could be extraterrestrial, intraterrestrial, as well as one other,
Extraterrestrial.
yeah,
And interdimensional.
galactic, interdimensional.
Interdimensional
spiritual
planes and beings.
Yes.
Yeah.
planes.
On the what we would term an elevated level, as we're going through this, what I call the ascension process, has different names, but we're going through it. The Earth is going through it, and Earth is making her changes. The earthquakes in the last day,
Mhm.
some big ones. So it's all happening, and if you are feeling that energy, because some people feel it in their legs, or feel it in their bodies, and if you feel like you're near one of these regions that are quaking, just pay attention to your intuitiveness as well as the animals, and you move to a safe place. So do be aware and pay attention.
And our hearts do go out to those who have been caught in the midst of all of that. It's quite a scary and actually horrendous thing to go through. So wish them all the best and send them all kinds of healing energy and love and support.
Definitely.
And and we were getting as the ladies read what they were getting today. And I was out there working tremendously to help a certain area, an important part of the planet, Sedona, that's going through a lot of fire right now outside of the city, in areas that need to be cleared out because of certain things going on under the ground and some dark energies that have been playing out through Sedona. So it's a major purging. So far, it hasn't affected homes. It's way out in the wilderness. But anyway, there's purging going on at many levels, and it's a cleansing. So again, not to be in fear and just follow your own guidance. I did hear they had a lot of smoke last night coming into the city, into the town. And that's hard to live with, that's for sure. I've been there when different smoky situations have been going on from controlled burnings. And anyway, so we're just sending a lot of light and love over there, and working with the higher realms to help keep it under control for the highest, whatever needs to happen as far as purging certain things going on, which some are aware of, some people are not. But anyway, so I, for one, have been very aware of different things going on at different dimensions, from the lower to the higher, and to be aware, and then to hold the energies from the higher, the celestial realms, to help pump it in and help bring in the highest, most beautiful, glorious, loving light energies to clean and purge and keep the energy up in all these areas, and to bring our galactics in, because they're waiting for enough of us to be ready and come to a higher level and be requesting their help. We have to request and be open. And there is a lot of help we've already been given, and a lot more to come with face-to-face contact and and working together more, even face to face. So we're in that process right now, that shift that's going on. And we just have to stay strong to make it through and keep our highest energy together.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you everybody out there that's doing your best to help, and to those of you who may be having a challenge, you might be alone out there. It helps when you have some friends to gather with and hold that good frequency. And you can always tune into this podcast anytime to tune into the good frequency if you're alone out there, to help bring it in. Because the more we all do that and act as stations, for that light to come in, we're like broadcasting, receiving, and transmitting antennas to help bring in the light and spread it everywhere where we are and around the planet.
Yeah, I remember years ago, I called Bev, and we went up to the mountains. I felt a calling to go to the mountains, and it turned out to be one of those times where we were being used as anchors to bring in light energy to the mountains, and so it was quite an interesting experience. Bev was really cold.
I was like,
I love the cold, so it didn't bother me. But to be able to take part in something like that, to anchor in energies, the good kind of energies, higher vibrational energies, light energies. It's really a neat thing to take part in that.
Yeah, and
but I'm going to say in that instance, years ago, when we were up there at night, and I thought that was odd, but then I found out what we were doing wasn't so odd. But anyway, we were up on the Blue Ridge Parkway up in North Carolina, and when the light, as we're anchoring the light in, it went into the crystalline structures inside the land, and then that light or that energy would be slowly dispersed. As the vibratory rate of the earth and ourselves raised.
And as we were doing that today during the meditation, they flashed into my head of when the actual big, humongous spaceship came over my car in Arizona. The first thing they showed me as they came closer, but still at a distance before they came right over my car and immersed us all, or my friend and I, they showed me the big, beautiful oval ship, very silvery, and it had all these big white tubes of light coming from it, from the bottom, just hundreds or thousands of them coming into the earth. And they flashed that in my vision today while I was doing that work, showing me again, that's what they're doing, is pumping a lot of light in, and we're instruments here to pump that light into the earth and radiating it everywhere into the atmosphere. So they're doing it, we're doing it, and all in conjunction. It was just a beautiful affirmation to have that visual again.
Yeah. All right. Should we get on with our insights?
Yes, do it.
All right. Well, I'm going to start out. Last night, bedtime, I could tell that there's an area in my house, and there's a group that comes through a certain, I can call it a portal, whatever. It's their projection. They don't physically come in, but they can project, so you can see them in a physical manner. Excuse me. So, anyways, I could see that was happening, and they were all excited to bring us some information that we're going to share with you in just a bit. And they were getting all ready for it last night, and so I knew they would be here. And for me, the energy was palpable, and I could feel them or feel that energy in the room. So the group that came in is a female. Her name is Marrisa, and she is part of the Federation of Galactic Federation Command Center. And she has come in a few times before, and a lot of times when Donna is here too. And she's just a petite, the short dark hair, not like the Nordics, those of you that know what I'm talking about, other type of beings. And so she's very human, and very petite, and even today dressed like we would dress. And I noticed, and when I mentioned that she didn't look like the Nordic, she goes,
What are you gonna
"That's the
do?"
way it is." You know, why do I have to look like a Nordic? It's like, um, so as far as what planet she's from or how long she's, maybe Earth, but it looks like she's been with the Galactic Federation for quite a while. But
Yeah,
you know,
kind of an ambassador type.
Yeah,
yes,
interdimensional, I would say. I think she's beyond any certain planet. She's very interdimensional. I feel her and sense her too and feel super connected to her. So, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
all right. But she's the one that I felt I was getting the message from, at least the first part of my a message received earlier today, and I will share with you now. Um, she said it will get more intense. Like, oh, goody. There's a schedule. A lot of planning goes into this structure. We are, excuse me, this is going to make it easier for me. We are utilizing our capabilities to fragment any unstable energetic influences that are trying to disrupt the progress humanity has made. We will not allow that to happen. Underground facilities that lead to destruction of surface life is being eradicated. You will still witness outgassing by Mother Gaia. This is only for her good as well as surface dwellers, hence the earthquakes. There is a balancing happening. Overall, humanity is gaining strength. Those who remain weak are leaving this earth plane. For those of you who are wide awake, maintain your strength. That was really highlighted. And you mentioned it too. Said, it is needed. We cannot do this for you. So remember, they work with us. They're not going to do anything for us. They're not our saviors. So, just know that they work with us. And that whole savior. It's not what I got today, but the whole savior attitude that's going to be leaving this earth because it is us. Okay, they are these beings that we're talking to are preparing for open communication. It will be, that means, I think, on a physical level. They said it will be it will be profound for most people. The military, that's our military, will be at our side. This is what she's telling us, okay? And so our military is working with this group. And then they said Trump is very aware of our plan. In fact, assisting in this endeavor. So, I know some of you listening may or may not like Trump, but, even whatever his personality, he knows what he's doing. And so he's aware and he is working with these beings for the betterment of all mankind. The way I see it, and basically what we get from these people. The countdown has begun, means it's happening soon. Another soon, whatever that means. A team will assemble to explain your and our progress. A lot will be revealed. That means that's the Galactic Federation, and your communication systems are being reworked or revamped. And then I could see Marrisa holding up a megaphone. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So that was earlier today. You want me to go into this here, that second part? Is that okay, or you want to jump in?
However you want to do it.
All right, I'm gonna finish up and then let
Okay.
you go in. Okay, and then this afternoon, Marissa's still here. You could feel her. And then I heard, "Thy kingdom come," basically Lord's Prayer, but "Thy kingdom come" were the only words. And then she said, "The night before the sparkling light, So in that night, that sparkling light is coming forth, and they're saying you're going to feel it. Be rest assured, all is according to plan. Any hiccups are quickly taken care of. Therefore, no form of fear is needed or wanted. Do remember that, because there's an awful lot of fear out there, and it's like, nah, it's really not necessary. And then I heard egregious acts are ending. Everything will be laid out on the table. So we're going to find out all the stuff that's been going on. And then I had asked a question because I heard it recently. I said, will there be any tactical nukes used? And I got a real quick, large no. So I heard that's being talked about, but I get no. And they said everything is flipping. Scare tactics used, yeah, but they won't go far. So they mentioned foreign invaders already happened. So calmness will ensue. So remember that. So overall, I thought it was a very good message. We're getting done with this mess. So that's it. Any comments, or are you ready to go on?
I would say, go ahead, Royce. I'd just say while you were getting this channeling is when I was doing the work. Yeah, pretty much the coordinated, I won't go into the details, but was much of what you were actually writing.
Yeah.
And then Royce always has great writings too. So go ahead.
Well, earlier in the first part of when we were meditating, I was seeing what I could do personally using my own consciousness to help. So I was trying to introduce energy in as gentle a way as possible, because we have so much intense energy moving on the planet right now. Like with the earthquakes, I was introducing an energy, something like a graphite type of material, into the fault lines so that they could more easily slip, as opposed to getting caught and then doing a violent jerk. So that would be a little easier on the life living on top of the planet. So that would help with housing and all that kind of stuff too. And was working with trying to make a more habitable zone for like the polar bears, those animals who really have to have that cold in order to survive. So I was working with stabilizing like a cold zone, an Arctic zone that little variation so that they could fare as well as possible through all of this transitioning. And I was working with the Yellowstone caldera. How there's a dome of, well, I guess it's magma, the closer it gets to the surface, that's it's domed up. And so I was trying to find ways to disperse it and ease it out in tubules, going more toward coastal lines so that landmass could rise with rising tides, rising sea levels, so that because there's a lot of people who are in those areas, and when the sea levels rise, it really makes it kind of an iffy situation for them. So trying to help out there to raise that type of land mass instead of all of it taking place at Yellowstone, because that's happened before, and can be kind of violent. So trying to lessen the violence of all of that. Let me see, and working with the evening out the weather patterns, and the last thing that I did was introducing more of a love frequency into the clouds, so that when there was rain, that the rain was infused even more so with love energy, so that that could help everything that it touched. And so, and I kind of set a time frame for this to be happening, and beginning this week. So that was that.
Before you go on, I just want to insert this because both of you are talking about what you've been doing to help to assist the earth. And I just, it made me think, yeah, look how, see, how do I say this? That we're not special. We just know what to do.
Oh, I don't know. I think we're kind of special. But we're all
We're all
special.
special.
Exactly. And so each of us, really has a lot of power to assist and do our thing. So just remember that each of you that are listening to this, we are all powerful beings. And so, you have your specialties and you have your specialties. And so, we all have our so-called specialties. And so, in each of you.
Yeah.
So, when you know what to do with it and you do to assist the earth and humanity. And my good friends here know how to do that. So it's wonderful.
Well, it's
And-
just like the medical profession, when they come into the medical profession, there's something that they all say, and that is first do no harm. And that is how we are approaching this, because we know that that's the best way to proceed. First, do no harm. Do that which you can do to be of a help, a real help. And that's on a learning curve. You learn how best to do that.
And I find just having a pure heart, the purest heart that we can have, and that's a process too, as we purify off the layers that
Onion skin.
impede that. Yeah. So having the pure heart, and then just the will to do the highest will of the divine. And because sometimes, we don't want to interfere with what we think should happen because we don't know the big picture. So I just make myself available to do the highest, and I know that's what we all do here. And then the more you do this and see the results, just more keeps happening, and where you just know this is really real, and we have a team working with us, and it just becomes more and more obvious, and you're able to do more and more and more to assist the planet and help people, animals, every dimension, and be a bridge between the other dimensions that can see way more than we see down here, even though we're interdimensional and we're up there too, so to speak. This is our human self down here, bridging it all to help the earth and help bring all this into a higher dimension and, the true plan of the earth.
Yeah, what I have learned personally is that there's always going to be more that we don't know about right now, more to be realized. We are a part of such a vastness that we cannot wrap our brains around it. It is so huge. And the way I perceive it is, I can call it God, or I can call it spirit, or I can call it whatever. It is a hugeness of which I'm a part, and it's just like when you try to step into those shoes, it helps you to feel more empowered to be able to make use of the gifts that you've been given to help. So I think that's what we're all here doing, in our own way, funneling through that which we can do to help.
And we can work with the weather. We do work with the weather for one thing, and the more we can keep peaceful energy around the areas, it helps make less earthquakes. And what blows my mind, like what you're talking about, we're a part of the bigger picture. I call it the team I travel with, because I have certain beings that I know that we work together. But it blows my mind, like I've told people already wherever I go and they need rain on this whole trip when I left Sedona and at the beginning of the year. And everywhere I'm going that needed rain, even in Florida, I didn't even know they needed rain. And everywhere I go, there's rain where I went. And then I hear, oh, we needed rain. Oh, okay. I wasn't even trying. I wasn't even thinking about it. And here it rained.
The rainmaker.
And I've noticed it other times I've taken to vacation, even to Maui when they needed rain. Didn't even know I'm here on my vacation. It's raining and raining. But then other times I've had to work at it more, like going up into the heavens, and I'm shown these keys that need to be altered. And when I've been out west at certain times when they were having severe drought, and we'd alter that, and then it would start raining. So I don't know. It's wild. And right now I'm debating if I need to go back west to be on the ground to help it rain. But it's like I'm calling for my spaceship. I travel all over, and it's like, come on, I need my. And then they say, well, your car is your ship. But anyway, what were you going to say?
I was just thinking about how you are with the rain. My friends used to accuse me of being that way with snow.
Oh, wow.
I went to Myrtle Beach one time, and the last night of our stay, it started snowing to beat the band. I mean, it was these huge, glorious flakes, and I was standing out there just reveling in it. And they said the next day the locals were saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry that it snowed here for you." And I said, "No, this was perfect for me. It hadn't snowed there in 25 years." So, and I'll tell you this quickly. When we went to Egypt, our dear friend Pat was with us, and we were standing in front of the Giza Plateau, looking at the pyramids, and I said, "Oh, Pat, can't you just imagine what it would be like looking at the pyramids with it snowing?" She turned and looked at me and she said, "Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I don't have clothes for that."
And what happened? Did it snow?
No, it didn't. I was hopeful though.
Oh, good.
It wasn't that cold.
And the funny thing, when I left Arizona, I'm thinking, oh, I can't wait to see the green and the rain. And then, like, everywhere I went, literally. And then came up here, they needed rain. Then went to Virginia and Pennsylvania, and it looked so lush up there, but it turned out they need rain. And we had rain in Pennsylvania when I was there. It looked beautiful, but then when we went around, my cousins are showing me how some of the rivers are down a little bit. But it's just been rain, come back down here, we get more rain. But I always ask that it comes at the right pace. I've learned to do that when I'm in an area. If
that learning curve.
Yeah, here I had to work on it a little bit. They needed some more.
You're shaking the computer.
Oh, sorry. It's raining. It's thundering and raining.
Okay.
I just share that so you know, and so we all know the power we have if you just make yourself available to the highest in the universe.
Yeah.
The highest, because there are many influences out there, astrally or whatever, that would like to jump in and play that may not have the highest interest. So we want to always be sure and clear that, and that happens with the purest we can have in our heart, So, anyway, there's a lot more we could say, but anyway, go ahead.
All right, you have more to share in the message.
This was later on this afternoon in the second meditation that we did. This is what I got. It's kind of like falls under the heading of freedom of things to come. Trilegent. That means coming together of three different schools of thought or points of view for the clearing out of the etheric matter here upon the earth at this particular time of unfolding. Now, you may not think of the ethers as having that word matter with it, but everything that we perceive is matter. And it's just the way the energy is coagulated, how it is brought together. So there is matter to it. We can perceive it. We can feel it. We can sense it. Consciousness flows on it, and so it's interesting stuff. At this, let me see, the freedom to come is truly beyond words, for it is trilumen, meaning triple flame in its existence, like body, mind, and soul. It is triplanar in its function. What I mean by triplanar is a plane of existence. As I understand it, a plane of existence has 3 dimensions to each plane of existence. So 1, 2, and 3, 3-dimensional, is one plane of existence. There's another plane of existence that comes after that, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, and so on. So there are 3 planes of existence intermingling that create this triplanar function. Let me see, triunal in its intent, and triunal meaning creating a palpable form of love and devotion. When you have 3 planes of existence overlapping, intermingling, there is a sacred geometry that is created in the center, a hexagon, and I understand it to coincide with gravity and love. Now, last podcast I spoke about 4 planes of existence overlapping, intermingling, that related to AI, and those 4 planes of existence did not create that gravity and love. It created like a hive mind. So 2 entirely different things. One has the 4 planes of existence, this that I'm talking about today, 3 overlapping planes of existence. So there makes a big distinction. So the freedom expressed through this type of vehicle, meaning the trilegent, trilumen, triplanar, and triunal, creates a type of vehicle that is pure, pristine, and luminous. And so this is the type of freedom that we have to look forward to, and it is right at the door. So I'm excited.
Yay.
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 Yeah. Wow. I said it was going to be positive. Yeah, it's happening, and the words that you get is like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to reread or rehear what you just said. Yeah,
A
because
lot of tries. A lot of threes.
TRI.
A
Yes.
lot of 3 and 1, but 3 and 1, even in the religious schools of thought, the 3 and 1 is way up there. That's at the basis of where it all travels out. So it's a very, very important basis.
Yeah. Any comments from either of you?
Not at the moment.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just think life is rather stellar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
amazing what's coming down right now and what we're taking part in. It just, when you really start to think of it in all of its little parts and dissect it and think about it in depth, it blows you away.
Mm-hmm. It is amazing what we can be headed towards things I've seen in visions, and all of us. I mean, if we got into all that, that'd be another whole show. So we'll just,
Or more.
yeah, right. So,
Yeah. But it seems like we're moving some people say it's going to be another 100, 200 years. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
it's
I don't
happening
think
now.
so.
Yeah.
It's definitely happening
Things
now.
are
So
accelerated.
we're always accelerating, no matter what. But I think we're seeing so much in our lifetime. And you mentioned the freedom, as you started off. And, we've been told that we're going to experience freedom we didn't even realize we didn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really going to be quite profound and wonderful. So I do think that part is just around the corner. And, the end of the so-called deep state, what did I get last time was the final awakening. So, we're in the final awakening. So everything's going to be, laid out on the table. So we're going to be able to see a lot of things that have gone on. And then we're going to get through that. There's going to be a shock of it. Yeah. And then we're going to move on because what's coming is so much greater that it'll help us move through the muck, so to speak. It's the way I see it.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
realms, the light's getting stronger, the frequencies are getting stronger, so those that can handle it will remain on the earth. The others that can't handle it won't even be here, but will even be on a higher dimensional earth or have the ability to come and go between here and other systems because everything's the veils are spinning, and our abilities are, everything we are will become more available to us, and we're here to help spin those veils too, and that's what we've been doing so that these other things can happen, and things that we've seen since childhood, some of us, that are going to be happening on the earth in a much higher dimensional way. So it's been a long haul for some of us that have been here a while. Not always easy.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it's like you want to give up, and I know everybody can relate to that, almost everybody I know.
Yeah.
But please don't give up. I know some people are on the verge of, it's been a long haul. So, but yeah, we can do it. We can do it. We just have to hang together and remind each other and just stay in that high vibe, whatever it takes.
Yeah, and sometimes when you get into those rough places, if you can just keep breathing, just 1 second at a time, because it seems too overwhelming just remaining in that tough spot. Just keep breathing, and eventually something will begin to lift off, and you'll be able to think of something beautiful, like something that we would think of being simple, like a leaf. But when you look at a leaf and you study it, oh my gosh, the intricacy that is incorporated into that leaf is just, it's amazing. And the job that it does, taking sunlight and turning it into something else, and absorbing nutrients and giving out something just wonderful that we need, oxygen, it's just,
It's amazing.
yeah. So it's like, if you can just grab a hold of one thing and just try your best to see the beauty, eventually you will. And things will ease off, and you'll be able to breathe a little easier, and then get on with the work that you had to do, because we're all here working very hard right now.
And that whole thing of being in the moment, I mean, if you can that's what I do a lot, is just realize we're in the moment, we're in the 0 point of our heart, we always have the eternal, now this moment that we're in, we're still alive, we're still here, how do we make it here with everything we've all been through?
Yeah.
So you just stay in the moment, totally, deeply in the moment, and don't think about the past, present, or future. And breathe
Yeah,
it,
that's a
feel it
hard
in your
thing
heart.
to do when you're in the middle of something, just letting go of what
Of
has
all
been,
Yeah.
of worries of the future. It's tough. It's work. It is work, but we can do it.
And the more you do it, the more easier it becomes. And then you can go through different things in life way more easily and handle it way more easily. And then I'm reminded, I don't know if I said this in any other of your programs, but only the flowers shall remain. Did I mention that?
That was last
before?
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And being that flower in our heart and flowing in the moment, that flowers, we are flowers. And the more we vibe in with that flower energy, like you said, with the leaf, and just be the flower, and even look at a flower or even picture a flower, can have a flower, and just vibe in with that energy. They're so strong to the elements, and yet so gentle and beautiful, and they make it through so many weather patterns, and they flow. They're with the flow of the universe, and we are the same thing.
And something that I noticed this year, especially, we had, relatively speaking, a rough winter here. The temperatures went down pretty brutally cold for this area of the country, and but when springtime rolled around, what I saw was it was like the life that all the plants and all were holding on to just burst onto the scene in a huge way. Bushes just took off. I mean, exponential growth is what I'm talking about, but they made it through the rough time, and the growth that took place after that was just, just amazing.
Good example.
Yeah, very good.
So that's happening to us. We'll
Yes.
come out on the other side. We're on it already, but we'll just come out stronger and stronger. And I've noticed too, in really hard times I've had, I just get stronger through all of it, because you have to be strong to survive it and stay in that center and know you are God. We are God, and nothing else. Other influences might try to impede on us, and I know that those of us who are doing a lot of light and love on the planet have had some major attacks, and but we've made it through, and we get stronger and stronger each time, and it just shows God wins. We, the love light, win. So, the flowers are impenetrable.
We're beautiful, guys.
We are beautiful. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
We are all beautiful.
Well, thank you for sharing, because, just things we really need to understand within ourselves, and it's not going to come from any book or anything like that. It's really within ourselves. Books help, they may trigger that sort of thing, because we're just incredible beings, and realize that all of you are, and everybody is. So, but hang in there, maintain your strength, as you're all talking about. I think we definitely have a beautiful, positive future. I don't see it negative at all, outside of getting through just a few bumps along the way, which is what's happening now. So, but I think it's going to be a quick changeover, personally.
When it happens, it's gonna. Some things are gonna happen real quickly and dramatically, and there'll be a major shift.
Yeah.
Maybe a few major shifts like that to get us where we're really going, but
The stuff that we've gotten before is to have the understanding of it. I was talking about that last podcast, is if I hadn't gone through some of the things that I went through, I wouldn't have the understanding to fulfill it, to fill it full of what that thing was, but now I have it, so I feel I'm better for it. Was it rough? Yeah, but I'm on the other side of it, and I have that understanding. So on to the next,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for being with us, and we're going to be back in less than 2 weeks. We're going to go back to Tuesday, and I know I have one other vacation this next month, but I think I'm back. I have to look at the calendar, but I was just saying, living in the moment. It's like, okay, we know it's the end of June already, and and we had the big celebration coming up on July 4th, which is actually happening now. So, seeing an awful lot of patriotism out there, and I know it, and for all countries, whatever country you're from, just in your heart, you know where your roots are. And we're bringing all those roots together and sharing our cultures. And to me, it's just actually, it's exciting and wonderful. I know, to learn from one another and learn more about ourselves too.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is understanding ourselves, I think. for me, and when you think of it that way, it's like the understanding of ourselves is so inclusive. It's not just me; it's all of us together. Man, what a wonderful thing! And to think that, like the United States of America, 250 years, there was there was an idea. Let's try this, you know,
Mhm.
and it's been something wonderful. We've learned a lot along the way. Some things went really well, some things not so much, but here we are understanding a whole lot more and having an awful lot under our belts. And my hat's off to all who took part in bringing us to this point because there was an awful lot of sacrifice. And I am so grateful for all of those who put their lives on the line so that we could have a country such as this, a country where we can still say that we are the land of the free and the brave. What a wonderful thing. I'm very grateful to be here. So happy birthday, America.
Yes, and happy birthday to all of us light and love workers that have also put our lives on the line, because some of us wouldn't be here. Anyway, it's true. We've been in a battle, and some forces have tried to kill those of us on the front lines, even energetically doing what we're doing. But we're still here. A lot of us are still here, thank God. So I want to do the same thing and thank all of us who have been here and sacrificed our lives to come here and be here.
Yes.
And but we're beyond the battle too, and more. I've just done my best not to focus on the battle, be aware of what's going on, but don't get caught in it. Don't get caught in the middle. Be in the 0 point beyond all this duality. That's what the true way to survive is, and make it through, because we're beyond all this drama. And we're here, we're playing in it, we're learning, growing, helping to bring the earth to a higher level. But yeah, I just congratulate all of us that are watching this and passing this around, share it with others. And to all of us, I salute you, and you, Beverly, and you, Royce, and all of
we
us who are
salute you.
here.
And all
Thank
of
you,
you.
and all of you. All
Yeah.
of you. God bless.
All right. Blessings to you all. And any last words, or is that it?
Thank you, everybody,
Thank
for
you.
staying.
Yeah.
I'm grateful,
And joining us. Thank you.
We love you all.
very much so.
All right.
Love you.
Good day.
Ciao.